one more thing on this. I suspect that we are now going to see a number of dramatic adjustments. The world has been shaken. And I'm going to use a metaphor, but it's not that much of a stretch. Go back with me just a few years to the pandemic. Suddenly, across the world, every country is wrestling with COVID-19, this disease, and it's killing people and making sickness everywhere, interrupting every economy. It's wow. And then the whole world has to adjust in its medical treatment, adjust in its economic, its political, everything. I think we're going to now see that. The world is going to adjust to the fact that relying on long supply chains is very risky business. Do you want to do that? It's not an either or. It means to all the other risks that businesses normally think about, they now have to add one that they either didn't see before or did not give as much importance to as now needs to be done. If you produce in one corner of the world and ship to another corner, you've got all kind of problems you're going to have to deal with. And they can become what? Like what we just saw. There are other straits. There are other ways. Just think a little bit. You can figure out politically it could happen, geographically it could happen, and so on. So every company that's involved in the global is rethinking its investments, its choice of location, its investment decisions, or every country has to do it as well. Do we want an American military base here? Look what happened to those bases in Kuwait or Bahrain or any of those other. This may not be a very good idea. And the assumption that the United States will protect us is silly. They couldn't protect. Did they protect Kuwait and Bahrain? No. United Arab Republic? No. I don't know how they're going to adjust. There are going to be choices made, but and now we come to the reserves of oil. What are you going to do? Are you going to refill your reserves? Well, if you do, that means that the predictions of a drop in the price of oil may be very premature, because if oil didn't go up as far as it might have because you unloaded it, and by the way, the statistics for China dropped like a stone. They stopped importing oil big time in China, probably because they couldn't get it from the Middle East. But they were able to do that because they have the biggest reserve in the world. They used up their reserve. The United States used up its reserve, or at least large portion. They're going to refill those. That's a decision. And if they do, it'll move the oil price differently from what would happen if they didn't. Or will they go away from fossil fuels and really move into other forms of energy, solar power, wind power, and and if so, then the greatest beneficiary of all of this will be the People's Republic of China, because they dominate in those fields. They have focused on, they have invested on alternative energy sources, giving them independence from this crisis, giving them degrees of freedom in making economic decisions that the rest of the world doesn't have. And the very adjustments of the rest of the world to all of this is changing. They're going to have to change their investment decisions in China just as much as everywhere else, as everybody copes with what? Decline of American power, decline of American influence, rise of Iran, its allies, and above all, Russia and China and the BRICS. Now, that was going on before. That has gotten, in my judgment, a tremendous boost.